This is LA's first.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. We're all about manifestation, transformation, and breakthroughs. It's time to claim your birthright of prosperity, vitality, and love. So grab your tea or coffee because together we're awakening the world. May you live your truth. Do you ever wonder how much free will we actually have? Maybe you're experiencing having some addiction, or maybe you're stuck in some of your patterns, or maybe you are having reactions within your relationships. What is it? How much actual free will do we have? Well, if you're interested in learning how to break free of your lineage, learning how to break free of the patterns of your ways of being, you definitely want to listen to this podcast. So welcome to the Dr. Erin podcast. We come together to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law, and truly live our great legacy. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and a message to bring to the world, and together, we're awakening the world. So today's podcast is titled Universal Law of Secondary Causation. It's number 49 of 52 series of Universal Law. And why do we care so much about universal law? Because we want to manifest what we want to manifest. We want to experience what we want to experience. We want to feel like we truly have free will and that we can create whatever our deepest desires are in this lifetime. And in order to do that, we've got to clear the soul. We've got to live in alignment with universal law, and we definitely need to live in alignment with what is true for us. And so today, as we break on down another new distinction within universal law, you have to understand that these are just truths. They're just straight up truths. And when we say the truth will set you free, it's because they're axioms. There are laws. There's a ways that we're creating in this universe, and we might as well understand it. We might as well understand how the hell our belief systems are informing the subconscious mind, informing the one divine mind, and reflecting back in our life with total perfection. So today is the Universal Law of Secondary Causation, number 49 of a 52 series. We're almost done, you guys. And so if you're dealing with things, blocks in your life, or maybe you feel like, you're just kind of the construct of your lineage coming down, your mom and father, and kind of the good and the bad all in this one system. And you're like, how much can I actually create that's new? Am I just the patterning? Am I the patterning of my collective consciousness? Am I the patterning of my old addictions? Am I the patterning of my reactions from my traumas? So we have to take a look at this. And how we look at it is really looking at what is. I have clients, and the old school coaching, if you will, is like just try and change it, just do something new. And I actually have the opposite approach. I've witnessed in myself and, hundreds and thousands of different people I've worked with of really being able to as is what is. And that's why the Vedas say that as it is, because if we really look at it and we just take awareness, there's power in the awareness. There's power in understanding how we have created everything, because that restores the truth of who we are. And it restores, and in that moment that we take full responsibility of what is our picture in our life, we instantaneously understand the power that we really are, the force that we are, the source that we are. We are divine. Okay, so let's break this on down. So the kind of motto, if you will, of universal law of secondary causation is stop reacting and start being the person you've always desired to be. We all come from lineage. We come from the evolution of our original creation. Okay, so if you are a traditional Christian or whatever, there's obviously always a debate. The debate is creation versus evolution. And so as somebody who, we are not a religion, we refer to all science, all philosophy, and all religion, and find the truth within all of it that we truly believe is perspective that really is saying the same thing. And so we truly believe that first cause of creation is what you'd call source, you can call it God, you can call it divine, you can call it consciousness, you can call it you can call it whatever you want, okay? Secondary causation is what has been created from first cause and then creates upon what's been created, and that is second causation. So an example of causation, of secondary causation, may be, for example, well, it's evolution. I mean, that's really what it is. It's even in the DNA that has had tags on the DNA and has kind of created versions of whatever could create disease, could create, thriving, could create whatever, and how that's passed down and it evolves through the generations, okay? Another example of secondary causation would be the trauma incident that you had that has you believe you're not enough because you created and decided that in the moment of your traumatic incident. And in that creation of I'm not enough, you see through that veil, you see through that lens of life. And then the next relationship you get into, you see through that lens and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy of I'm not enough. Okay. So that's an example of a secondary causation. So why do we want to take a look at this? We want to take a look at this so that we can take a look at what's really being created in our life. What do we want to keep that we like through our epigenetics, through all of our lineage? What do we want to keep that we've decided about ourselves, about lives, and about others, versus what do we say, you know what? I'm not living off of this secondary causation. I don't want to react anymore from my past. I don't want to react out of just the passiveness of my DNA even. I don't want to react out of my past traumas. I want to start being the person who I've always desired to be. So universal law of causation says this: within every creation, there's a ripple effect of other creations, right? All material and corporeal objects have been created by spirit, your true self, with their own intrinsic potentialities, okay? As subsequently empowered to evolve independently in accordance with natural law. In these effects of effects, there are results. This includes creating from a consciousness that is in a reactive state or from an existing creation, right? So if you actually take the look at the tree of evolution, right, you could have a tree with the base of the roots and everything comes from the same creative first cause. But then if you go up the tree and out to the limbs of the tree, every limb of evolution looks so different. You could have, a lion over here on one branch of the tree. You could have a monkey on the other side of the tree. You could have a fish or a human. And so whether creation is, meaning that everything's been created from one source, or whether you believe in the evolution that's created these sources into different fractals, into these different outpicturings of the lion or the fish or the human. The point is that everything comes from source. Whether you believe that it was brought in from a different universe, which some people believe that as well, whether you believe that God placed man onto the planet and we're different than all other species, that's for you to look at, okay? But from a new thought perspective, our truth is that everything's from source. And everything is the fractal of the one thing. And so every cause, every creation you are creating right now today in your relationships, in your career and money, in your health and vitality, all comes from one place, source. And you have the choice today to either build upon what you want to create from a fresh canvas today, or you can build upon what's already being created in your life. All of the limited beliefs from you, from the collective consciousness, from your parents, from your lineage, from that last argument you had with your partner, or you have the ability to go to first cause. But it is in recognizing second cause that you restore your power, because you have to understand how you are creating. This universal laws are like having the manual for the car that we drive in. Your body, this life, you get into this body and you drive your life, and you're manifesting through this consciousness, through this particular DNA, through this particular body. And if you don't understand how to use it, then it's going to be a little challenging, okay? So you want to understand secondary causation, because it's an axiom. It is how you are manifesting as well. And so you might as well understand it, right? So awakening the truth of who you are, it's time. It's time to stop creating from a consciousness that is in a reactive state or from the past, right? You always, always have a choice to create something new. Always. It's infinite creation. Even taking what is right now from here, exactly your lineage, exactly the circumstances of your life, you have new choice. Doing your inner emotional trauma work will free you from repetitively projecting your BS, your belief systems, onto every situation and person. You must learn to exhale between the stimulus of life and harness your response ability. So again, why do we care about this? We care about this because we can take a look at our life and just in witnessing the secondary cause of reactions, of living from the past, of living from a lineage, we have no power in that. We feel like we're the effect of life. We feel like we're the ping pong ball bouncing around, and it's not the truth. The truth is you are not secondary cause, that you created the first cause, which caused now the secondary cause, and you always can go back to first cause. So it is not the way it is. Life is not just the way it is. I mean, it is the way it is as far as universal laws. It's not the way it is from a limited perspective. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, and that truly is the secondary causation, okay? But even knowing for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, there always is a new action, a new thought, a new way of being, a new choice, a new you. And so I just say yes, yes, yes to this. Secondary causation from a definition standpoint is a philosophical proposition that all material and corporeal objects, having been created by, quote, quote, God, which is you, your true self, within their own intrinsic potentialities, are subsequently empowered to evolve independently in accordance with natural law. Traditional Christians would slightly modify this, thinking that it would be a miracle, right? If we move beyond. And we would say the same because we don't believe it's a miracle is just simply glitches in your current belief system, okay? So first cause or moving past secondary causation is a miracle because it is you going past your limited beliefs. So today, as we take a deep breath in together and exhale out, I recognize there's both creation and evolution. Of course, everyone has to be right in the universe. Evolution over time is this beautiful patterning that always actually happened from first cause. Everything is created from spirit. That is spirituality, the reality that everything is created from the first cause, first source. You, consciousness, God, divine. I recognize in this that no matter if we're looking at evolution of the three types of divergent and convergent and parallel evolution, there is still only one cause, and it's you, the true source of who you are, which is the backing, the consciousness that creates everything. And so in this, I recognize and restore your free will right now in the divine mind, because you've always had free will. You've always had choice, and you can never be the true effect of anything in the physical realm. And so I know the truth right now, right here. You are set free in the divine mind, as together we say, and so it is. So may you go into your life today just having awareness of what you are actually creating from. Are creating from what you truly desire, what you want to stand for in this life, who you want to truly be, or are you reacting out of secondary causation, out of your past traumas, out of your limited beliefs, out of the way you think it is and a limitation? And so I know today you are freed of your patterns, of your addictions, of your reactions in the divine mind. All lineage is done. You have new choice. As together we say again, and so it is. So if you enjoyed this podcast, please share it. I wish everybody knew and understood universal law. It'd be wonderful to just understand what's really going on for everybody so everyone can be freed and have freedom of choice. Share it with your girlfriends, share it with your guy friends, whatever's there, just to be able to live more in truth so that you can be more empowered with all the people you surround yourself. We all need incredible friends and environment to help us stay in truth and right mind and take responsibility for ourselves and for this planet. And if you're somebody who has had a divine calling, truly desires to turn your passion for spirituality into a career, I highly, highly, highly recommend checking us out. Soulciété, SOULCIETE.com. Love to be your friend also on social media. DrErin.tv across all social medias, which is DRERIN.tv. Okay? Have a wonderful day and may you live your truth. Thank you for tuning in to Soulciété and Dr. Erin podcast. If you've had a calling to be a spiritual leader or coach, you can go to soulciety.com and check out our free training. If you've received value here, I would love it if you take a moment and give a 5-star review. In exchange, I have a ton of free gifts for you. Grab your free awakening book, 40 guided meditations, and digital manifesting masterclass. I also have a free money meditation and worksheet for you so you can begin to break through your scarcity mindset and claim your birthright of prosperity. You can get all of your gifts and learn about our upcoming transformational events in my bio link in both Instagram and Facebook. That's under drerin.tv, which is DRERIN.tv. Also, I'd love to invite you into our free private community on Facebook under groups called Soulciété. That is facebook.com/groups/Soulciété. That's SOULCIETE. Have a divine day and may you live your truth.